everyone. My name is Nikki. I'm here with Chelsea today. She is visiting from California. We are going to get her into Ekapada Koundinyasana. So lots of different variations of this pose, lots of different fun ways to get prepped into it. So we are going to rock and roll, shall we? Let's start standing, please, top of the mat. For this class, you also will need one block, so just make sure it's handy. Put it at the top of your mat. We'll get to it in a little bit, okay? Bring the hands to the heart, please. So just a couple sun salutations. We're just going to get warmed up here. I just want you to close your eyes down. A couple breaths will drop you into your body. We'll drop you into your practice today. So as we spend a few moments just kind of getting ready, getting that cadence of breath nice and strong in and out of the body, I want you to open up your mind, right, to just try new things. Some of these hip opening postures, hamstring, prep poses will come a little bit easier than others. And so I just want you to keep an open, playful mind today as we flow. So take one more breath here. Flutter the eyes open. And we'll work through sun salutation A. Inhale, reach those arms up. And exhale, hinging at the hips. Inhale, lengthening out. Exhale, stepping to plank pose. Inhale, shift the weight forward. Exhale to your belly. Let's cobra pose. As inhale, draw the shoulder blades down the back, lifting the heart. Exhale, float down. Curl the toes. Inhale to plank. And exhale, downward facing dog. So settling into your first downward facing dog, I want you to make it your own today. So if you want to rock to the tiptoes, rock to the heels, sway the hips, I like to, in most of my classes, let the first one be pretty organic. Whatever feels good for your body, whatever you need today, okay? Good. And then when you're ready, just find a stillness that allows you to kind of ground into the pose. Bring your big toes to touch. Take an inhale, look up, and on the exhale, step or float, top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen out halfway. Exhale, bow, let the brain drop. Inhale, stand up, stretch up, reach it up. Exhale, draw it to your heart. Adding chaturanga, inhale, arms up. Exhale, bow forward, hinging right at those hips. Beautiful. Inhale, lengthening out. Exhale, step to plank. Inhale, shift the weight. This time, chaturanga, bend the elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog. Pull the heart through, shine the heart up. Exhale, leading with the hips. Downward facing dog. 3 breaths. So in downward facing dog, lots to remember. Your legs are strong. Let's use them. Fire up those legs, right? As you reach the heels heavy, the tailbone is reaching high. So just creating a little bit of space in the back of the legs. Good. Take an inhale as you draw your big toes to touch. Look up to where you're going. Exhale, step or float, top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bow. Inhale, stand up, stretch it up. Exhale, pull it to your heart. One more sun A. Inhale, use the breath to guide the body. Exhale. Inhale. Plank, exhale. Shift, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Upward dog, inhale. Downward dog, exhale. So we're going to move right into a little bit of hamstring goodness. Please inhale your right leg up. And exhale, draw through for low lunge. So keep your back knee up. Good. So on the inhale, Chelsea, I want you to think up dog in your chest. So as she lengthens her heart forward, right, her left quad stays lifted and her left heel stays drawing back. Good. So stay for the inhale, and then on the exhale, taking that pyramid variation as she straightens into her right leg. Inhale, bending into the front knee, shining the heart. Exhale, straighten into that leg. Couple times. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. This time, inhale. And exhale. Pause here. So straighten that front leg out for me. And then I want you to put your left hand on the block. And I want you to put your right thumb into your right hip crease. So think up dog in your chest, lengthen out the spine, and then pin that right hip back. Beautiful. And then exhale, bow over your right leg. So you might need the block under your left hand, you might not, but it's nice to have a little bit of support there if you need to. Right, so her right hip keeps pinning back. Good, inhale, lengthen. Bend back into that front knee. Put your hands on the ground, that block out of the way there. Beautiful. And inhale, right leg stretches up. And then bend your knee, hinge your hip open. Pause for a moment. So she's going to lengthen out through the front of her psoas, hip flexor here. Good. Inhale, stretch it back out. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Whew, beautiful. Left leg inhales. Exhale to pull through for that low lunge. Back knee stays up. So for just a moment, she's tinted on the fingertips. She's stretching the spine forward. Good. Now her back quad is still lifting as her back heel stays pressing. So this long energy line here, right? Just prepping the body to pull the heart through. We're going to see that later on in the pose. Take a breath in. Exhale, straighten that front leg. Breath out. So just easy breath. Inhale, bending into the knees, stretching the heart. Exhale, hips back, hamstring stretches. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Beautiful. And exhale, pause with the left leg straight. Good. So I'm going to bring that block to the inside of her foot, right hand to the block. Now think lengthen out through the chest, left thumb right into that hip crease, and then pin that left hip back. So as the hip pins back, the heart lengthens forward. Take a breath in. Exhale right into that left kneecap like you want to give it a big smooch. So just pausing with that sensation of that hamstring. For some of us, that left knee might be a little bit bent, and that's okay. Some of us will be able to straighten it out. Good. When you're ready, look back towards the front of your mat. Rebend that left knee. Put your hands down. Slide the block out of the way. And inhale, stretch that left leg up. Bend your knee, hinge your hip open. So pausing here, letting the front of that hip flexor psoas. Good. Okay. And then exhale. Good. Inhale, straighten it out. And exhale, downward facing dog. Good. And drop your knees. Embryo pose, hands back. And rest. And so take one more breath here. And then exhale, look up, start to walk your arms back out and find downward facing dog. All right. So off the hamstring for just a moment and into the outer hips to get some prep poses in for Ekapada. When you're ready, please inhale your right leg up. And exhale, pull through. We're coming into warrior 1. Back heel spins flat. Inhale, reach the arms up. So first set here is warrior 1. I just want you to draw your right hip back. Left hip draws forward. Belly draws in. So her arms are in a perfect position, right? The triceps wrap into the midline. It's important that we're able to clear the space on the top of the shoulders that traps. Take a breath in, fill up. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, right leg, 3-legged dog. Exhale, downward facing. Next side, inhale, left leg up. Exhale, pull through. Inhale to warrior 1. So this pose, I want you to keep in mind, can be as intense as you need it to be. So the more you draw your left hip back on the side and the more you bend into your front knee, the more challenging the pose becomes. So you're in complete control of how this feels in your body. Good. Take one more breath. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's clear the front of the body with a vinyasa. Inhale, ripple to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Just clears the hip flexors, front of the pelvis. Exhale, downward facing. Good. Adding on. Here we go. Inhale your right leg up. Exhale to pull through. So warrior 1's where we're going to meet up again. This time exhale, hands behind the back, interlace. Inhale, chest expansion, open up, and exhale, humbled warrior. She drops the head to the inside of the knee. So this pose, it's really important here to keep pinning your right hip back, right? It's going to feel like it's a lot of work because it's a lot of work, right? And just let your brain drop. Breathe into that sensation in the outer hip. You want the heat built up, right? You want that outer hip to play nicely, okay? Keep the legs just like that. Inhale, reach the arms back up, stretch up. Exhale, hands down. Nice work. Right leg inhales. and downward facing dog. Good. Left leg. Inhale. Beautiful. Exhale, pull through. Back heel down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands behind the back. So a little bit of a chest expansion as she inhales to lengthen. Exhale to bow into humbled. Okay? So eventually, maybe not today or tomorrow, but eventually that head comes pretty close to that ankle, that inner ankle. So I want you to think about, just have the feeling of drawing your chin to your chest. Yep, Chelsea, and just letting your brain kind of drop into the pose. She's pinning her left hip back. Good. Keep the legs just like that. Inhale, reach the arms up, stretch up, look up. Exhale, hands down. Nice work. Three-legged dog to clear that hip flexor. Downward facing dog. Let's ripple into plank pose. Chaturanga. Inhale, big breath up. Exhale, big breath back. So our third set, we're just going to add one last little hoorah, all right? Inhale your right leg up. Exhale to draw through. Inhale, using the breath. Exhale, hands behind the back. Inhale, open up the heart. Exhale into humbled. And then straight away, I just want you to release your hands down by your foot. Okay, so her legs are going to stay in warrior one. She's going to start to walk her arms out to the left. So her legs stay in warrior one, but her top half of the body, there you go, is in downward facing dog. So you want to make sure that your knee stays tracking as close to over those toes as you can. Right? So it feels like a lot on the outer hip. Are you okay? Good. So bend a little bit deeper. Take one breath in. Exhale, start to walk your hands back to your right foot. Whoo. Use your belly strength to inhale that right leg back up. Exhale, down dog. One more side. Here we go. Left leg up. Inhale. Exhale, draw through. Warrior one on the inhale. Hands behind your back on the exhale. Chest expansion, inhale. Exhale, right into humble. Stay for the breath in. And then release the hands, breath out. Start to walk over to your right, Chelsea. Good. So beautiful. So you see the whole from the waist up is in downward facing dog. From the waist down is still in warrior one. So you want to keep as much space between your inner thigh and your side rib cage as possible to keep the outer hip awake. Is it awake? Do you feel it? Take a breath in. Walk over to the left foot. Breath out. Whoo. Left leg sweeps up. Breath in. Downward dog. Breath out. Let's clear a vinyasa. Inhale. Ripple to plank. Exhale. Chaturanga. Beautiful. Lengthen up. And exhale. Hips back. Whoo. So pause in downward facing dog. Now that you have both sides fired up, I just want you to feel how much different the back of the body feels in downward facing dog. You should have a little bit more room in those hamstrings. So before our crescent series, we're just going to catch two standing balancing postures. So bring your big toes to touch. Take an inhale, look up, and take an exhale, step or float. Inhale, lengthen out, and exhale, bow it in. Inhale, stand up, stretch up, reach up. Exhale, draw it to your heart. So the first one, we're just going to extend that foot forward. So I want you to ground through your left foot and just hug your right knee into your chest. So option one, if you're new-ish to standing balancing postures, is here, right? Thinking about the spine lengthening up, right? If you want to add a little bit of hamstring goodness, left hand, left hip, and you're going to peace finger the big toe of that right foot. Take an inhale, roll the shoulders back, and then you're just going to play. It's just like a little test as the right foot extends forward until the body says stop. Right? So some of us will be able to get to a straight leg like Chelsea. Some of us will have the knee bent for a little bit. I'm more concerned with lifting up through the spine. So maintaining this really strong spine. Take a breath in. So I want you to bend that right knee. Open up the hip out to the side for tree pose and place that foot right in the inner thigh. So just a little bit of hip goodness. You can bring your hands to your heart. So option one, stay here. Option two, extend those arms up and over for full pose. Good. So here, as the right knee extends out to the right tailbone, the sit bone, right, draws underneath of her still so that she keeps that hip in an external rotation. Good. Take a breath in. Good. Hands back down. Take the knee back to center and just release the foot. Whew. Shake it out. Second side. Left knee. Pull it in. And then pause just for a moment. So I want you to think about grounding down through the right foot as you lift the energy all the way up the body. Option 1, stay here. Option 2, right hand, right hip. Peace, the big toe of the left foot. Take an inhale, roll the shoulders back, and exhale, find the extension. So straight away, you're going to notice a difference between sides, and that's totally fine. There might be one side that is able to stretch out all the way, one side that knee stays bent a little bit, right? So maintain your breath. Maybe a little smile on that face. She's good at that. Take a breath in. Exhale, bend into that knee. Good. Open up the hip, place the foot in the inner thigh. Good. So you can either bring your hands to Anjali Mudra or stretch them out for full pose. So again, finding that rootedness down through that right foot as you rise the energy up the body. Good. Take a breath in. Exhale, hands down. Take that knee back to center and drop the foot. Good. So this next variation, we're going to work into a couple different crescents, and that's where the block at the top of your mat will come in handy. So it's there right now. Move it if you need to. We're going to get rocking and rolling, okay? Inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, bow the body. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, vinyasa. Using that breath just to guide you through. Beautiful. And exhale. Okay, these will go quick. Ready? Here we go. Right leg up. Inhale. Pull through for crescent lunge. Inhale, reach the arms up. Good. On the exhale, we're just going to come forward into the front of our body and lift into a warrior 3 variation. 2 things I want you to think about will come in handy later. Can you stretch the heart forward? Can you draw, there you go, Chelsea, the shoulder blades down the back and the front of the body while you stamp that foot back like you want to touch that back wall. So you get this really long, strong energy line through the pose. Take an inhale. Bend into your front knee, crescent lunge. Stretch the arms all the way back up. Exhale, hands down. Nice work. Right leg up. Downward dog, breath out. Left leg up, inhale. Exhale to pull through. Good. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, start to lean forward and launch off that back foot. Beautiful. So again, 2 things I want you to think about that'll come in handy. Can you stretch the chest forward as if somebody was just tugging your heartstrings forward a little bit as you stamp that back heel back? Beautiful. Stay for the breath in. Bend into the left knee, exhale. Inhale, stretch back into crescent. Exhale, hands down. 3-legged dog. Downward facing dog. Second set. Right leg up. Inhale. Pull through. Exhale. Up with the arms. Inhale. Warrior 3 variation. Exhale. Stay for 1 long inhale. Standing splits. Exhale. So this is where if your hands needed to come to a block, it's there for you. If they don't, then they stay on the ground. So she's lifting through her left inner thigh, which ensures that her hip is turned down. We don't want an open hip, not on this variation. We're trying to create some space in that hamstring and hip flexor. Good. Stay for a breath in. Bend into your front knee. Set your left foot way back. Exhale. Inhale, crescent, just to find the space in the side body. Beautiful. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, extend back. Exhale, downward facing. Left leg up. Inhale. Beautiful. Exhale, pull through. Here we go. Arms up. Right into exhale, warrior 3. Pause for the breath in. Find all that space. Exhale, tilt forward, standing splits. Couple breaths here. So you get some left hamstring goodness, a little bit of opening there that you'll need for our peak pose. And then that right inner thigh is reaching up. So that means her toes are going down. That means that right hip flexor psoas is getting a little bit of attention here, which we want. Good. Use the block or not use the block. Beautiful. Take a breath in. Bend into your left knee. Set your right foot way back. Exhale. Inhale. Big breath. Exhale. Hands down. Left leg up. And downward facing. 1 more set. Here we go. Right leg up. Exhale to pull through. Inhale, stretch up. You already know where you're going. Exhale, warrior three. Stay for the inhale. There you go. Exhale, right into standing splits. Whew. Now this time we're adding a little bit of hopping goodness, right? I want you to walk your hands out, press your palms down, and you're just going to take your right heel and kick it back a few inches. Yep. So stack your shoulders right over your wrists. So pause, right? You're prepping your shoulders here. Your legs are going to stay nice and straight, right? Take an inhale, and all you're going to do is just hop switch the legs. Hop switch. Yep. Hop switch. Just a couple. So if you're newer to this, you're going to stay lower to the ground, right? If this is not your first rodeo, those feet get a little higher in the air. Beautiful. One more. And then step it back. Downward facing dog. Whoo. One more side. Ready, Chelsea? Left leg up. Inhale. Exhale to pull through. Whew. Big breath up. Exhale, warrior three. Long, strong breaths. Exhale, standing splits. Inhale, lengthen that back foot up, up, up. Good. And exhale, start to walk your hands out and then kick that heel back a little bit. Yep, so that you have room to set your shoulders is what you're doing there. Take a breath in. Exhale, hop switch. Hop switch. So just take your time. You can slow this down if you want. You can add an extra breath if you're catching some hang time in this if you want. One more. Good. And then exhale, step it back. Whew. All right. Let's embryo pose to reset here. Knees down, arms back. Good. So pause for just a moment. So we're going to go into our peak pose, Ekapada Koundinyasana. And we're going to give you three options today. So you can stay in the first option, work kind of what that feels like in your body. You can go to the second option, or the third option will be your peak pose, okay? Ready when you are. Downward facing dog. Here we go. Okay. So first option is where we're going to go. Please inhale your right leg up and exhale to pull through. Drop that back knee. So what we're looking to do is get the shoulder to draw underneath the knee. So I found that the easiest way to do that is if you shift your hips back slightly, catch the right shoulder underneath the right knee. You can even use your right hand to facilitate that if you want. And then the hips shift back forward. So the first phase she's going to show you is just stretching the heart forward, bending the elbows, and then she comes back out of the pose. Good. Again, inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Then she's going to move on to the second variation, which requires kicking your foot out to the side. Now, this is where all that hamstring opening has come in handy. Stretch the heart forward, bend the elbows. Boom. Foot goes right out. And then she bends. Good. Kind of resets a little bit there. Take an inhale. Heart comes forward. Elbows bend. Kick that foot right out. Yep. Slowly. Let's try it one more time. And exhale. And slowly come back. Feel okay? All right. So options, stay one, stay two, play a little bit, see how that feels. Are you ready? Okay. When you're ready, option 3 is to add, right? That back knee is going to lift, back heel is pressing back. So it'll be easier to see on the other side, but that outer elbow there is going to hug into your ribs to facilitate, a little bit of that back leg lifting. So you just kind of have your body something to resist into. Nice. Take a breath in. Back foot down. Right leg steps back. Nice. Inhale, upward facing. Beautiful. Exhale, downward facing dog. So pause in down dog for a second. You're going to notice here that one side of your body feels a little different than the other. The good news is we're going to help the other side out, okay? Here we go. Left leg up. Exhale to pull through. Drop your back knee. Okay. So you're going to shift the hips back so that you can catch that left shoulder right under your left knee. Because why we do that, the purpose of that is because your tricep serves as a ledge. So you want that arm to be under your knee, okay? So phase 1, inhale, just stretch your heart forward, bend your elbows slightly, and take it back. Inhale, stretch the heart forward, pull, pull, pull. Exhale, One more time. Inhale. Pull the heart through. Exhale. Beautiful. So you can stay there, play with that. How does that feel in the hip and the shoulder for you? Okay? Here we go. Second set. Inhale, lean, stretch the heart forward, kick the foot out. Dink. And drop that foot. Sound effects help sometimes. Okay, one more time. Inhale, heart forward. Good. Let's try it one more time. So the whole body moves forward, chest pulls forward, leg extends. Beautiful. Okay. So if you're ready for it, here comes the third option, right? So what I was talking about on the other side here, as she lifts her back knee, as she comes forward, that elbow hooks right into this rib cage, and it gives her body something to resist into to help her back leg lift. Beautiful. Take a breath in and exhale. Step on out. Good. Shift the weight forward. Upward facing. And exhale. Downward facing dog. Whew, let's just skip all the prep. Let's go straight to round 3, just one time on each side, okay? When you're ready, Chelsea, inhale that right leg up. Exhale, pull through. So keep the back knee lifted. Set the arms. Take a breath in, look out. Exhale. Good work. Step it back. Beautiful. Inhale. And exhale. One more side. Inhale that left leg up. Exhale, pull through. So pause. Set it up. Take an inhale as if somebody was going to pull your heart forward. Good. Exhale. Looks fantastic. Step it back. Inhale upward. And exhale downward. Beautiful, Chelsea. Inhale your right leg up. Exhale, right knee, right wrist, pigeon pose. So a little goodness here just at the end to thank those hips. So take a breath in as you lengthen and take a breath out as you sleep your pigeon. So if you have your block handy, you can rest your head on a block. You can rest your head on your hands. Right? The tendency, because we just work this outer hip, is to kind of hold a little tension there. I want you to think melt. Right? I want you to think just give that outer hip. It's like a little thank you. For the outer hip, right? And catch the breath back, soften the jaw. Take one more breath here. And then slowly coming back up to your hands, curling your back toes, lifting your back knee. Inhale, stretch that leg, and exhale, downward facing. Just one more side, left leg up. Exhale, left knee to left wrist. Right, so think proud little pigeon chest here for a moment. So just give that spine a really nice long moment to lengthen, and then exhale, sleep your pigeon. Again, thinking outer hip heavy. Right, her back knee is down, her back toes are flat, just giving her body a moment. Softening the jaw, softening the breath. Okay, one more breath in. And slowly back up to your palms. Curl your back toes, lift your back knee. Inhale, stretch it out. Exhale, last downward facing dog of the class. Take an inhale. Drop your knees. Exhale, just sit back on your heels. A little toasty. So feel free to take a shavasana of your own at the end if you need to. If you want to take a little bit longer sleeping pigeon, you are welcome to it. Of course, thank you, Chelsea, so much. Thank you all for letting us guide you through your practice today. We'll see you next time.